So ladies and gentlemen, it is day 2 of the teasers for the new season of Rainbow Six Siege, Operation Twin Shells, and today we didn't really get much of an interesting teaser, but a developer for Rainbow Six Siege has actually given us a lot of vague hints about next season, including things about the operator and what their gadget could be, as well as some operator balancing changes that could be coming next season as well. So as you guys can see here, this is today's teaser. I guess it's not really a teaser, more of a confirmation that yes, the warm-up shooting range thing is definitely coming next season. It's all set in stone. So let's skip over this and let's go straight into what the developer was saying over on Twitter. So as you guys can see here, we have tweets from Justin, who is one of the more well-known developers of Rainbow Six Siege. He is very well renowned for giving us like these early hints to kind of get us excited for the new season, and this season is no different. As you guys can see here, he says the season is approaching, so here's a few vague posts to whet your appetite. Only a few though, because I'll be honest, it'll be hard to say much this time without getting into actual spoiler territory. Now he goes on to say in his first tweet from this thread, saying the name of the season is more literal than you think, but it's also probably not the definition you're thinking of. That goes for a lot of the operator. There are many predictions out there that are already half correct. If you guys are not aware, the name of next season is going to be called Twin Shells, and my first impression when he said this and when I read this is that this operator could potentially be some kind of dual wielding operator. Maybe they can take 2 pistols at a time and only hip fire, or maybe 2 SMGs at a time or something like that. That would be very unique to the operator. I don't see it being that useful in a game like Siege, however, so it's probably not likely to be something like that. The next thing that I thought of, and while on the same line of weaponry in Siege, and apparently this operator is going to be getting a new weapon, maybe we could be seeing a weapon that has dual barrels of some kind. I've seen in other games before that there's like these ARs that have 2 barrels that alternate firing, and it allows for the weapon to have very, very good recoil pattern and very, very manageable recoil. So if the new operator is getting a brand new assault rifle that has 2 barrels, I guess that could also, you know, link in with the name of the season as well. Or you could look at it in a different perspective and just look directly at the fact that it's called Twin Shells. So this could be an operator that could put down maybe some armor pack or ammo pack, sorry. So think about Rook and how he puts down armor packs, but it could be for maybe like an ammo box, and this ammo then goes into your weapon and it can allow you to shoot through reinforced walls, maybe allow you to penetrate through armored operators a lot better, things like that. I think an operator that can affect ammo types could be pretty awesome. Imagine like incendiary rounds or something as well. That could also be pretty cool, but it's just one of the many theories that I have when thinking about the name in a more literal sense. So if you guys have any thoughts or opinions or any theories, let me know down in the comments, and let's move over to the next set of tweets. So the next few things he says is all the balancing this season can be summed up as Rainbow Ops updating their battery packs. I hope you and your team know how to check your corners and set up some flank watch, or you might be in for a nasty surprise. And then he also says careful around explosives. Now all 3 of these things can be taken in a pretty literal sense, like this operator could just put down battery packs or maybe like a trophy system or something like that. That could be an interesting gadget. The second tweet where he's talking about make sure you watch your flank, this could be hinting at a change to Nøkk. Maybe Nøkk is getting her silent step back or something along those lines. Not all of these hints are in direct contact with the new operator, it is just about the new season in general. And then the final thing he says is careful around explosives, which once again could tie in with like a trophy system kind of gadget or something like that. Maybe this operator is just going to have maybe like a twin grenade launcher gadget or something along those lines, and he's just saying to be careful around explosives. It's really hard to tell. These are very vague, as we said, but once again, if you guys have any thoughts, theories, or anything like that, let me know. In the next tweet then, he goes on to say, I want you to try synergizing this next operator with Doc. Tell me what happens. And then he also says in brackets here, I sure hope we kept the voice line. So this could technically just be hinting at a dialogue between Doc and and the new operator when you use their gadgets together in some kind. Thinking of Doc as an operator and more specifically his gadget, it's hard to think about how it's going to synergize with any operator. Maybe they're going to be able to like Thinker Boost in a way, but for defense, where maybe it will allow Doc to supercharge people's health, but I highly doubt that that is going to be a thing. It's probably more likely about voice lines. In the next few tweets then, he says G Bill. I don't know if this is a reference to like a film or something. If you guys know where this is from or what this is hinting at, let me know in the comments again. He then goes on to say a certain Aperture core will be happy with the reveals ending. And once again, I personally have no idea what he's talking about here. If you guys know, let me know. And then the final tweet on screen here is the biggest feature this season is that Jackal gets a whole new set of feet to look at. And yes, this is kind of just taking the piss a little bit. It's kind of just a funny joke, but I do also think that there could be something in this. Maybe Jackal is a direct counter to this new operator or something along those lines. I don't think he'd say this for no reason, and I definitely think that Jackal is either getting countered or he's going to be countering this new operator. The next thing he goes on to say is to remember to check default cams as soon as the prep phase ends. It should be easier to do that, though maybe you won't see everything you should. Now, once again, this is kind of hinting that Nøkk could be getting some changes next season. I think she is an operator that definitely needs her silent step back. I definitely think she needs a buff. She's one of the most underwhelming operators in the entire game, let alone on attack. But other than that, I think this entire tweet here is in reference to Nøkk. The next few tweets then are him saying at least one change should have an impact. I think people will be happy about that. I think this could be just hinting at an operator getting impact grenades back, or maybe removing a secondary gadget and getting impacts instead. And then in this second tweet here, he says new op will be free more effective in a coordinated team. That is not full English, so I think he meant to say the new operator will be more effective in a coordinated team, but even if they don't have that, they can still be very effective at dismantling an uncoordinated enemy. So this is kind of sounding to me that this defender, which it seems like we're going to get because they're going to be able to synergize with Doc, is going to be very good at cancelling or singling out an attacker and taking them out on their own. In a way, it kind of reminds me about Deimos himself. You know how he's very good at tracking down and taking people out himself. He's very good at doing that, but he is a lot more effective at doing that when you have someone to help you, so that you're not exposing your exact location and no one can actually, kill you. The next tweets are pretty interesting. He says, if you know Wamai's lore, he has an operator that can compete with him now, though they probably shouldn't go underwater. And once again, this is kind of hinting to me that this could be some kind of robotic gadget or robotic operator. It'd be interesting to see if we got a half cyborg or, something like that operator. If we get an operator who has like advanced mechanics within their body or something like that, that could be a very interesting addition to the game. We don't have anyone like that in Siege currently, other than maybe Aruni and her mechanical arm. And then he finishes it off here by saying, alright, one more thing to finish things off. What if we added a popular superpower to Siege, but in a way that actually makes realistic sense? Now, to me, when I think of superpowers, I think of invisibility, I think of, the ability to fly, the ability to teleport, and the most realistic one that I can think of is maybe X-ray vision or something along those lines, the ability to see other people through walls. And I did see this at the end of Kudos's video on the breakdown of his last teaser, but at the end of the teaser we got yesterday, it actually shows an image of Deimos, and it's like this transparent kind of thing going on towards the end of that. And in his video, he says that this could potentially be what it looks like when you're being scanned by this operator's gadget, and it could allow the operator to see enemies through walls with like some kind of echolocation or scan. I really like that theory, and it could be that this is a teaser hidden in plain sight and we wouldn't actually know it until the operator got revealed. So keep that in the back of your minds, because hopefully that does come true. And to finish things off, he actually does give us one more. He says, that's all I'm giving you for now. Have fun speculating. And then he followed it up an hour later by saying that he lied, and that given the responses to the first official teaser yesterday, he says, if I'm not mistaken, the new weapon is present, but most of you aren't looking at it. The season color may be purple, but there might still be some red herring. Now this is definitely a tease at the fact that the new weapon that this operator is going to be getting is definitely in this picture somewhere. It's in this first teaser somewhere, but we just are not seeing it. Now this could be just directly hinting at the fact that it could be this gun in the middle here that's kind of half covered by the shadow, so maybe it's not these other two weapons underneath it. Maybe it could be one of the weapons on the side of the weapon here, or maybe all these parts on this table could come together to form a gadget that is actually the new operator's weapon. Now I have no idea what this weapon could be looking at the parts on this table. Like I said in my video yesterday, it kind of looks like parts of Kevin the Cube from Fortnite, and this is just absolutely ridiculous, but I don't see a weapon being built out of the parts on screen here. There is a part on the left here which kind of looks like a robot head or some kind of scanner, which once again leans in the fact that you could be seeing people through walls or scan people through walls, but other than that, we're just going to have to wait until we get some more teasers. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we will be getting teasers once every single day, so if you guys want to be notified when I break tomorrow's teaser down, then make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn post notifications on. And without further ado guys, click the video on screen here, because this is the video where I go into detail breaking down what weapons could potentially be on the walls in this first teaser and what weapons I actually would like to see in Siege in the future.